Welcome to 2-Button Crew's Crew Cuts. My name is Simeon, and welcome back to Mega Man Week. Now that we've discussed what's important to a Mega Man game, it's time to ask the big question. Which Mega Man game is best? There's no lack of opinions out there, but it usually comes down to three. Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, and Mega Man X. While it is one of the frontrunners, we won't be considering Mega Man X today. Maybe in a future date we'll discuss it. But we'll be comparing the other two, Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 3, as those are the ones most often pitted against one another. As such, both games make it into TBC's Nintendo Experience. But almost every time they're compared, Mega Man 2 comes out on top. Why is that? And is it truly the better game? Well, let's break it down and take a look. We're tossing out weighing story and boss design, that is, the way they look. Because, as I stated before, Mega Man games simply don't put much emphasis on either one of those. Heck, Mega Man 3 doesn't even give you a story in its title sequence. Just to be clear though, I would put them on about equal ground as far as boss design, and 3 has the better story. Also, I should point out that whenever I consider Mega Man 2, I consider it as being on hard mode, as that is the setting the game was meant to be played on, as it was the only setting in the Japanese version. Mobility. In yesterday's episode, I said that controls are the most important things in a Mega Man game. How you get around is absolutely crucial to the experience. And while it's mostly the same between them, it's clear to see that 3 is the winner of this category. While 2 has 3 items to help you around, 3 adds Rush, giving you so much more control over your mobility, as well as opens up a whole new dimension to level design. Also, 3 gives you the Slide, which not only allows you to duck under certain ledges, but also allows you to move more quickly, rewarding those with fast reflexes with another way to avoid enemy attacks. 3 is a clear winner to this category. Weapons. As I said before, it wouldn't be Mega Man without stealing the boss's special abilities. Of course, Metal Blade is the fan favorite, being able to launch in all 8 directions, having a ridiculous amount of ammo, and packing a mean punch as well. But even without the Metal Blade, Mega Man 2 just has stronger weapons. Each of 2's weapons is useful, and very different from each other. 3's weapons, though they can be imaginative, are really boring to use. Most of them shoot straight forward, or aren't very effective against most enemies, meaning you'll be resorting to your default weapon 90% of the time. And the top spin, although a great idea, and also useful if you know how to use it, was very poorly executed. Point goes to Mega Man 2. The next element that a Mega Man game should be judged on is its difficulty. I'm going to split this category into 2 subparts: level design and boss battles. Level design. This is a tough one. Both games have their strong points as well as their weak points. I'd say at face value, it's almost a dead heat. This one was a tough call, but I think I'm going to have to pick Mega Man 2 on this one. While both have fantastic, memorable level design, 3 just doesn't have anything quite as unique and challenging as Heat Man's disappearing blocks and Quick Man's hot dogs. For those 2 design choices, the point goes to Mega Man 2. Boss fights. At face value, this one appears pretty tough. Both have challenging Robot Master fights, as well as great wily boss fights. Yellow Devil and Mega Man clones are in 3, but how can you beat the Mech Dragon and the Beam Trap from 2? And if you compare the last battle in either game, the battle with the alien blows away the piece of cake fight with Gamma. But to me, when you get down to it, 3 has to be the winner of this category for 2 main reasons. First, once you have the Metal Blade in Mega Man 2, most of the boss battles are non-issues. With 3, each boss has a different weakness, and the fights are a lot more fair. Second, after defeating the 8 Robot Masters in 3, you are then confronted with 4 of the series' most difficult levels, during which you must use your new weapons to face the reborn Robot Masters of Mega Man 2. 3 simply just has more to offer here, so it's our winner in this category. Lastly, music. Good golly, I had to save the hardest category to judge as the tiebreaker, didn't I? Wow. I honestly really didn't know how to judge this one, so I devised my own method. I took both of the game's soundtracks and listed their songs next to each other. I then judged each song on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being very good. This is what I found. Both games had great music, no surprise, and both games had a few tracks that aren't that impressive as far as the series standards go. But I have to give this last point to Mega Man 3. Yes, I know Mega Man 2 has the iconic Wily Stage 1 theme that is probably the greatest 8-bit theme of all time, but I have to give it to Mega Man 3 for 3 reasons. First off, as I was listing the tracks, I realized that Mega Man 3 simply has more tracks than Mega Man 2. Reason 2, those extra tracks are more than just stage themes. They're the themes that give the game its unique tone. The tracks that make Mega Man 3 sound so great are the fringe tracks, like the title sequence, which 2 does well as well. The weapon get music, don't lie to me and tell me you've never danced to it. An extra boss theme, and not 1, but 2 different ending songs. Reason 3, even if I were to even the playing field, to where I only counted the same number of songs from each game, and even if I were to subtract the 3 highest scoring songs from the Mega Man 3 soundtrack, it still would have ended in a tie. You may disagree, but after the side-by-side comparison, I must declare Mega Man 3 the better soundtrack as well as the better game. Well, it's been a roller coaster, and I'm sure you disagree with me, but I hope you've enjoyed this battle. Thank you for tuning into Crew Cuts, for tuning into Mega Man Week, and I'll see you tomorrow. Signing out.